Hey, coming up right now, a genetic data giant might be forced to sell your personal data to the highest bidder.
Also coming up, it is the latest anti-aging trend, and it claims to be better than Botox.
A little bit later on, Calvin Klein making headlines with its latest underwear star.
Ooh, do tell.
Nothing will get between us and this story.
No, it won't.
No one gets that joke.
I do.
Okay.
Daily Flash starts right now. Brooke Shields,
That's
Calvin Klein.
There you go.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
She smells delicious too, folks. I am Mitch English. Welcome to Daily Flash. Yay! Hey. So glad to have you here. We got a whole crew waiting for you. We got James taking care of the floor.
Yeah, you know, as always, just making sure everybody's good to go.
Our social media giant. And of course, we also have Matt. He's too awesome, Doolittle.
You know what? One of the best places you can go? dailyflashshow.com.
I agree so much I wanted to get in your shot.
And you can send us an email, flash@dailyflashshow.com.
Oh, yeah?
Let us know all your comments. Let us know if we're doing good, if we're doing bad. Look at all of James behind the scenes stuff that he posts up on our
phone.
social. He had a new phone.
Oh, James got
you
a new
too?
phone.
I got an iPhone too. I got a new one
No,
too.
not iPhone. No one
See,
does
is it
iPhone.
really
But I got a new
phone if
iPhone.
It's not an iPhone.
Thank you. That's a solid question.
We are snobs here up on the desk about our.
When we see the green on the responses
It's
for our
okay.
group
You
chat.
get the technology 2 years later.
We're good. All
We've
right.
always been Apple snobs, though.
And Jackson converted me. I remember you were the series 1. I remember
Yeah.
you had series 1, and I
Yeah.
got series 2 after that. Anyway, how you doing, baby?
I'm good. How are you?
It's not bad. It's a Friday.
Yeah.
And that means we're going to have some fun. We're going to have a good weekend planned. And today, though, for the next hour, we're going to have some fun with these folks.
I found this story. How much money would it take for you to live off the grid?
Okay, like as
Like
a dare, or
salary.
what would I
No,
need?
Like
Okay.
as a salary to live and work in a particular
Well, as you know, I
place.
moved into a tiny home. I built
Yes.
a tiny home, so I kind of did that, but not necessarily all together. But I would say that I would need enough for groceries. Let's say I didn't have a car payment or
Okay.
whatever. So let's say it'd be very nominal. I would say less than 12, maybe 20 grand a year.
Oh wow.
I would say just to be able to
Survive in
Yeah.
In Australia, they are offering anyone a chance to move there for $428,000 a year. They will also include a house, a car, and all your incidentals. Now, of course, there's a catch.
Oh, well.
It's Australia.
It's Australia, and it's 17 hours away from any major city, and you are living in the middle of nowhere. Now, they have limited internet, but you also will be the town's doctor.
Okay, so you
Yes.
you have to all right, so I'm out. Okay.
Pretty much.
It
Yeah.
depends.
Okay, well, with
sexy,
Seems like a Michael J. Fox movie from the 90s.
It does.
It does,
But
right?
thanks to like Elon with his Starlink
Starlink,
thing,
yeah.
you can take care of the interweb. So
Yeah.
that's in here. But of course, you have to be a doctor now.
Right.
And a doctor would need a little bit higher because
Yes.
he's got to pay off his debt.
His debt, his medical debt.
That's a lot of money, though. Still.
It is a lot of money.
But it's a doctor in Australia. Do you really need a full-on degree?
I saw Dr. Quinn, medicine woman.
Yeah, pretty much. Like,
saw it.
I mean, what are you working on? Kangaroos?
But think about the creatures that they have in Australia. The spiders.
Everything
are,
wants to kill you.
Yes.
I literally was just about to say
So that's
that.
where
You're
the
right.
town doctor comes in handy.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
if you end
yeah.
up getting bit by something.
480,000.
Yeah, well, 428,000.
Well, forget it now.
Yeah. 60 grand.
60
I can't
grand,
pay
yeah.
it.
But in Australian, isn't that like $20 in America?
I don't think
No.
No, I think it's the other way around, I
it's
believe.
Tax free.
Yeah. Now, the doctor that was previously there couldn't take it anymore and left and moved to the big city.
That's not a good sign.
So that's not a good sign.
Took him 17 hours to get back.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. But, there are motive folks that are able to do that. And actually, more and more you start seeing van life, people living in vans and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And my hand to the heavens the other day, Liza just said, we could, because she has a little office outside by the pool.
Yeah.
She goes, we can get one of those not biodegradable, it's a toilet that you don't have to have any water to go to, and it evaporates up in the air. And I go, no, we're not doing that. And she goes, well, you can cook off the methane. I go, I'm not cooking anything with the methane.
No.
She goes, well, it's impossible to do it. And I go, well, we have a bathroom. We have 2 bathrooms inside that house. I'm fine with doing
You know
that.
what you could get her for her birthday, though? The squatty
The
potty.
squatty potty, which I have one, and she refuses to use it.
But she's okay with cooking off of methane gas from a ground toilet.
I was like, yeah. She says, what happens? It goes into this big triangular black composting kind of
Lost
thing,
me at
right?
big black
And then all the
triangular.
methane gas. I go, well, how does it come out? And I go, that's gotta stink.
It's
Yes.
what's the sewage sludge stuff that they're having a fight over, like all over the country right now with them using it?
Well,
Yeah,
it ain't gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah,
But she is I wouldn't
to.
call her a prepper, but she is
get
one of
some
those
stuff,
like we need to think about what's gonna happen. 'Cause, you know, we have the farm. I mean the garden. And everything,
Yeah.
so, keep that in mind.
Live
Let's
over
jump.
an airline lot.
And we have a nice garden out front. Let's jump into some of the trending stories out there. The genetic testing company 23andMe, they've announced, probably heard about this, filing for bankruptcy. The California biotech firm has been actively looking for new buyers to help them dig them out of basically a financial hole. The company says the money drain is a result of their business model and the lack of repeat business. Obviously, the bankruptcy comes less than 2 years after 23andMe suffered a massive data breach affecting almost 7 million customers. Now, although the company says data privacy is an important part of the sale, there are no concrete federal mandates when it comes to protecting your genetic information, which is very scary. James is going to be working on this, getting posting up how you can actually get your information out of
good
23andMe.
luck with that.
You can delete your account, but they have that info no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Your account might not be there anymore, but has your data already been sent out?
Yeah.
Is the biggest concern.
The giant financial hole. I think they've got one of those toilets. That
The
they just
toilets is actually where it
build
comes.
and they get your genetic info from that.
You're going to be
so.
related to methane in some way or reason, right?
This has always concerned me because, you know, for the longest time it was proposed as, hey, this is a fun gift for the entire family. Don't you want to know your ancestry? Well, I don't think people think further than who gets this information and what do they do with it?
They're talking about how, and not to freak everybody out, not to be an alarmist, but there's like, if you know somebody's genetic DNA, if I knew all about that, I could know how to kill you by standing over here or releasing a certain chemical that could kill you, seriously. Yeah. So how does that information go into warfare and that sort of thing over a blank, say, well, we have a high concentration of people with this chromosome, let's just say, we can get rid of people easily that way.
That was the last Mission Impossible movie.
Was it really? Yeah,
Literally like dialing it into a certain
Didn't even think
genetic
about
code.
that. You're right.
Well, and you think about a foreign country
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
possibly
yeah.
investing in this company and owning all of that genetic data, which I think in some respects it's been good as far as solving crimes. That's helped a lot of criminal investigations when it comes to pinpointing these cold cases from ages ago. But when you think about what they could use that information for in very nefarious ways, it's terrifying.
If you think about that and all the other 23 people and you, they're going to be involved in
Just
that.
23 and me. The latest beauty trend involves Botox and breast milk.
Hey, sounds like a party.
Medi spas are applying frozen breast milk right under the skin to achieve a new youthful appearance. But a board-certified dermatologist says there really is no topical substitute for Botox. They're just pressing it against their forehead and using the bag like against their cheeks. The injections, the legit Botox injections, relax certain facial muscles. And although any cold application could be great for your pores, it cannot achieve the same lasting result as Botox.
So don't do it. Don't ask your cousin who's pregnant, hey, can you give me a couple frozen Ziplocs? So basically rubbing that on your face. I'll just let you guys finish that whole fantasy that I had about that going to Tampa. But seriously, breast milk, is there anything it can't do? I think is the first question. Second thing is it goes as, obviously this doesn't work, but people think that there's so much. I mean, it's life. I've always called it life milk. For some reason, I don't know why.
That's an extra $50.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of studies that. Yes, that is true. There have been a lot of studies that suggest that this has very beneficial health benefits.
But good stuff inside.
Good stuff.
If you think about
However, it's also subject to a lot of bacteria and potential harmful bacteria that might not be so good for you.
And I want to thank Jackson for taking us that GPS that she has inside of us, because we were headed down a very dark and bad place, folks.
I got us right back on track.
My business. You're giving us
I do think, first off, we have to get over the taboo of, breastfeeding in public. I'm okay with it, number one. I try not to look at, no, I'm serious. when they start biting on it, that's why I have a problem.
But in the line for Thunder Mountain, it's a little disturbing.
Agreed. Now, are you going to walk around people running with the breast milk on your face? Are people going to have a problem with that? I'm going to go to HR. Can you wrap things up? It's been great. Matt, thank you so much.
Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Have a good one. Have a good one.
That was fine.
She's going to take care of you.
I'll meet you in Tampa.
We'll see y'all later.
I'll meet you in Tampa.
Get us out of this.
Today's talk, tomorrow's trends, Daily Flash. So long, Mitch English.
This way?
It's this way.
That
We're going to
way.
Tampa. Let's go. Let's go. We're going.
It is that way.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. Ladies and gents, it's time to get flashed.
Yes.
Not like that. This is where we actually get questions from you, the viewer, and we share our reactions.
Each one of us will get about 15 seconds to sound off on the story, and we want you at home to be a part of the convo and share your comments. Okay, here we go.
This is the first one?
This was sent in by a viewer. Take a listen.
Things happen.
I'm sorry, don't
I
take
had
it.
no idea. I'm sorry, but when I found out, I told you. I'm sorry.
Look, bro.
Don't take this out on my
I'm gonna
baby.
tell y'all one more time. Y'all need to leave.
We're not leaving.
Oh, it's funny?
You
It's
can't
funny?
tell him to leave my house.
It's funny?
We're not going nowhere.
Oh, you ain't gonna go nowhere?
We're not,
It's my baby
we're
boy.
not going
My
nowhere,
baby boy, my
bro.
cousin
I
here.
take you
It's
as a
your
joke.
birthday.
Hey, bro,
I
y'all
take
need
you
to
as a
leave,
joke, bro.
Why are you taking
need
this
to
out on my
leave,
baby?
bro.
Why you taking
take
this
you
out
as
on
a
the
joke,
baby?
bro.
Y'all are welcome here. She can stay.
Okay, in the video, a mom drops off her daughter at a family birthday party. Turns out the mom lied to the family for about 6 years about who the real father is to the child. All the while, she was getting child support from the guy, I believe the one standing in the doorway. He wants the daughter to leave, but his sister says, no, she should stay. So who should get flashed in this case? Mitch, I'll start with you.
Jerry Springer.
Maury
or Maury,
Povich.
one or the
Yeah.
other. Actually, okay. Here's the thing. I believe it takes a village. Number one. I also believe that it's when you have a child, the person that raised them, it doesn't have anything to do with genetics. It's the person that actually raises them. It should be the father, right? Nature over nurture, that sort of thing. To this case, we're forgetting that there was a child involved in all this, and she's seeing, or the child is seeing all this. It's got to be confusing, right?
Yeah, of course. Matt, your
Yeah,
thoughts?
look, this is completely on the mother. She knew what she was doing. She was collecting money from somebody else when she all along knew the other person was the father. But I mean, Mitch is right. The father is the person that raised you. It's not necessarily, who created you, but it's who raised you. And it's all on the mother.
Yeah, I say take the child inside of the party and let the child be with the family while this guy and the other woman battle it out outside instead of in front of the child. Because
Andrea,
then there's this
100%.
weird dynamic, and this kid will be scarred for life because she'll remember this, and it's like she's being rejected by this family she thought was hers.
And of course, now it's on social media forever, so she can go back and relive this.
100%.
Show it to her therapist.
And that kid now associates that there's going to be issues every time we go. And a kid should only be worried about how much cake and ice cream they're going to be able to get when it comes to a party.
100%,
Right?
yeah.
That's sad to see that.
And unfortunately, this kind of sets a precedent for her how relationships are supposed to be. And,
Gosh,
and
right
that's,
on the money, yeah.
that's not right. Up next, one viewer asks, should this mom get flashed? Take a look at this.
Yes, I am the mother whose daughter was invited to Disneyland by her dad's side of the family, and I am not allowing her to go unless the rest of the kids are invited. I have 6 kids total, so she has 5 sisters and brothers, ranging from 15 to 1. I am not going to allow one child to go to Disneyland. Every kid's dream is Disneyland.
Okay, so we looked at the comments for this video, and many people said the dad is under no obligation to take her other children to Disneyland. Should the mom get flashed for denying her daughter the right to go with her dad to Disneyland? Mitch?
I think this is a divorced mom and dad that has not worked it out. 100%. I think that, look, I remember my trips with my dad. He used to work for Domino's Pizza for a while. And when I was real young, and he would take me on these trips, and I was the only one. And that was that one time where I felt like it was just me and my dad and that sort of thing. So why would you deny, no matter, take everything else out of the aspect, why you wouldn't want to single out just that one child? But number one, that's his child. The other ones are not, right? It's my understanding from getting from that.
Right, Maddie.
Yeah, if I'm this dad, I'm just going to be like, yeah, no, we're not going to Disney, and then all of a sudden just take her to Disney because that's his kid.
Yeah.
That he has no responsibility to the rest of those siblings. He doesn't. If they're not his kids, he wants to take this one. That's fine. He should just sneak her away. Don't even
You
tell him
pay
about
for
it.
6 kids to go to
No, that's like $5,000.
No, but seriously, it is.
Yeah, it is. That's just for the admission to get into the park. That's
Yeah.
not for all the extras that you got to pay for. And she mentions that she has 5 other children ages 1 to 17.
Okay.
So you're telling me that this dad has to be responsible for an infant to a 17-year-old at Disney
Well, if
that
they're under-
aren't his children.
They're under 2, they get him free.
Okay, can I'll play devil's advocate here for a
Okay.
second. Yeah, Satan. Okay. But I'll also say that you know, as a mom trying to keep a family cohesive and that sort of thing, I
Yeah.
can understand that sort of thing. And you are now singling out that child that she is different from everybody else. Maybe that's what's going on in her mind. But again, that was taking away one-on-one time with a dad that
Yeah.
wanted to spend time with her kids and taking to Disneyland as well. So I think, Mom, I think you need to just take off a little bit of pride and let Dad have this.
Yeah, fair point, because I'm assuming that they're sort of, the visitation rights. So,
Yeah.
like Matt said, if he gets her for a weekend, then that's when he takes her
Yeah,
to Disneyland.
then all of a sudden they're taking Instagrams in front of the castle,
Yeah.
honestly.
We want you to sound off on this, leave a comment on our socials, and we might share it with you on the show. We're going to turn to some entertainment news now. New York officials have finally apologized for killing a beloved squirrel and raccoon. The new director of the Department of Environmental Conservation released a statement admitting their wrongdoing. The agency raided an upstate farm late last year after getting a complaint from a neighbor about a political sign. Mark Longo and his wife run an animal rescue operation. Their squirrel Peanut was a social media sensation along with his best friend Fred the raccoon. Both were seized during a violent raid on the couple's home and euthanized with claims of concerns over rabies. Neither animal tested positive for rabies. The couple is still waiting for their remains to be returned. It took the DEC more than 5 months to issue the couple an apology.
And for the political implications that come along with this is what's really horrible about all this. And I think you were seeing it now with, I don't care what side of the fence you're on with it. Why would you destroy somebody's vehicle because it's a brand of somebody you don't like, who only owns 13% of that company? And, I got to say, if you go look at some other politicians, they have money involved in a lot of other car
Yes.
corporations too.
So I'm sure there's a lot more to this story, and maybe following the money would give us a better insight. But still, I can imagine they're just enraged.
We love animals, don't we? We do
Yes.
that.
Hey now, welcome to Furry Friends for this week. And in this one, I got to see the future of how our furry friends will be taken care of while meeting a few furry, fluffy, and scaly friends at the Global Pet Expo right here in Orlando. Check it out.
So this is Yeti here. He's actually, for his size, he is 6 months old, and he's already 12 pounds. So your normal household cat doesn't even really get to 10 pounds. So he's pretty big. He is a Maine Coon, and his coloring is called Black Smoke.
Okay.
So you can tell he kind of has a lot of smoke around his mane, and between his fur, it's really white at the base, so it kind of shines
Can I?
through. Yes, you can pet him.
Oh, fluffy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So this is Wolf, and Wolf is 2.5 years old.
Oh, wow. You can see the size difference.
Yes, he has a very large head. So he is 2.5. He's also a Maine Coon, and he's also a Black Smoke too. So a little different. He's a little lighter Yeti, and he's
Yeah.
a little darker, but same thing where the base of the fur is light.
These guys are 11-week-old Akita French Bulldog mixes, and their mom was sent to our rescue, Florida Little Dog Rescue, from the shelter, and these guys were born into rescue, and
Oh, look at you.
they are up for adoption.
You're convincing me.
Get your hand in the shot.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
And guys, I got to tell you, touching that snake, it took that little girl so much effort to get me to just go over there and pet it.
Yeah.
I don't do snakes.
Me neither, man. Ugh. I got to tell you, Matt, so when you went to this expo, what can we see as like, I don't know, the next big thing that you saw there at the expo? What are we going to start seeing more of?
I think the greatest thing, and I'll have a longer version of this on our website at dailyflyshow.com, but they're really getting into naturalizing pet food. You know, we're used to just giving our pets, whether it's cats, dogs, or, you know, even snakes or whatever, you know, just the generic kibble and everything like that.
Okay.
They're really getting into getting more naturalistic food into our animals so they live longer.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You know, you think about that in relationship to the health world. Mark Cuban came out and said, look, the next big thing is going to be medicine and specialized medicine. This makes sense that it would be for pets.
Half the convention was nothing but natural pet foods. It's not even the toys. It's not, you know, the extra little litter boxes and everything like that. It was really getting more into the health and the diets of our animals because they're seeing in these studies that the animals will live longer. You know, your typical dog lives to be about 12, 13. They're saying if you feed them better, they will live into their 20s.
Yeah, just think about that.
If you look at some of the ingredients on some of these pet foods, it's mind-boggling. So you have to think you're allowing that food to go into your pet's body, and then you wonder why they have problems with their joints or they get sick. Yeah.
I will tell you, though, it's funny to see some of the influencer pets that were there because they have their own name tags and everything.
Yes.
But the people, they don't like to call them owners, the persons of the animal, they like to dress like the animal, and the animal has no idea what's going on, and the person is getting more out of it than anything. It was really interesting.
All right, and how many times did you hear the word "my fur baby"?
Oh, that was everything. That was everything. But I will tell you, some of the sweetest dogs there. Florida Little Dog Rescue had them out there, and you could snuggle the puppies and all this fun stuff. So it was great.
Matt, good stuff there. And again, if you want to find out more and more extended look, you can head to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
The puppies and their humans.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yep.
Let's jump into some trending stories here. Diana Ross, still the boss at 80 years old. And after 6 decades of a legendary career, she's actually working on keeping up with that title. She turns to 81 this year, and she recently told an audience she will never retire from the stage. Diana's 2-night show, a little reminder to appreciate the music legend while they still can. Tickets for her latest world tour available for shows, and it's happening all the way through the end of July, and good for her. She's still rocking and rolling.
80.
80 years old, doing it, man, right?
And turning 81 this year. That's impressive.
What I remember her the most, for some reason, I thought she was an actress because for some reason I was at my cousin's house back in the 70s and I saw Mahogany. She played in this movie called Mahogany, you know. And so, do you know where I'm going from? And I always thought she was just an actress. I didn't know she was a big singer until I got older. And then now, obviously, the longevity of her career is awesome.
Incredible. Well, if you are in New York City, you might want to book a bath,
yes.
believe it or not.
You know, now, I would imagine that if I was homeless, this would be a good thing.
Yes.
But it's not always for the homeless, right?
It's not. For $75, you can book a bath in New York City. The Lush Spa offers a private bathing treatment complete with a selection of their signature products. The aptly named Book a Bath treatment comes with a rotating theme inspired by the movie Wicked.
Okay.
The theme will be in place until November 2025 to coincide with the re-release of the second part of the movie. Lush also teamed up with Universal to craft the ultimate Wicked-inspired soundtrack. I can't imagine going to a public bath like this and paying $80 to sit in
the water?
tub.
A tepid pool of their own filth.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
Yes, he is. And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, today's trends, tomorrow's talk.
All righty. Well, you know, if you're a parent, maybe if you celebrate Easter, Andrea and I, our child, Willem, every year, we have so much fun with Willem going out.
Willem Dafoe.
That's what we named him after. And Matthew Modine, his name is William Matthew Modine English Jackson.
Dafoe.
Anyway, for Dafoe. Anyway, hiding Easter eggs is fun, right? Like,
Sure.
This time, I'm a little down, I guess, because my 13-year-old is out of that.
Beyond,
Yeah. Last year, I think, was the last year. He was like, all right, I'll go get it, whatever. But it was always fun to wake up Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And the best thing you can do for your children, seriously, on an Easter Sunday, is load them up with as much sugar and then take them to church. It's the best thing. Am I right, James?
Oh, yeah.
So do that. Give them as much of those nothing but sugar marshmallows, and let's go to church.
On an empty stomach.
On an empty stomach.
Put on
And
some
then-
pastels and go to church.
Pastels, absolutely. All right. So if you're tired of doing that, our friends at Brock's Candy,
Yeah,
from
Brock's, yeah.
they are having a contest basically where it's bunny mercenaries. They will come and hide Easter eggs at your house for you.
So we're outsourcing the Easter bunny.
The one thing that the Easter Bunny, Peter Cottontail,
Yes.
which by the way, can I say something? Peter Cottontail came to my town, and now I got rabbits laying eggs everywhere.
Rabbits.
I gotta get my notes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not true.
That's not true.
I just found out that
rabbits
was not
don't
true.
lay eggs. But
Anyway, platypi do. Platypi is the weirdest thing in the world.
It is.
Yeah, platypus is.
but that's not a rabbit.
No, it's not a rabbit.
Am
Not
I
even sure why
missing?
we're talking about it.
I don't either. Okay.
That's why we have Braden playing left field over there.
Totally.
Hey.
Chickens lay eggs
That's right.
too. Anyway, so if you're looking for that, you can go to Brock's.com, egg hunt, and they will actually, if you win this contest, they'll come to your house and they'll do this magnificent Easter egg hunt for your family. And I'm sure you can invite your
How
friends
much?
as well. Well, it's a sweepstakes, so it's a contest.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's
So
a
they'll come and
contest.
do it, and they'll have and again, this is I think we're a few weeks away from
Yeah.
Easter or whatever, so you can be able to do that. So if you need help, there you go.
I can imagine DoorDash coming up with something like this. Need an
gosh.
Easter bunny? We'll deliver one to your
That's
house.
a great idea,
Right?
I do
Not that kind of bunny.
Oh, hey. I didn't say nothing.
James will be your
What-
personal Easter
It's
bunny.
snowing.
What about you'll love this?
Yeah.
A bad bunny.
Oh!
Then you go right in.
What a segue, Mitch.
That was
Bravo.
horrible. Thank you.
Round of applause.
Well,
Round
Willem
of applause.
this morning when we
Yes.
woke him up, he came up with that. So.
He did. Fashion house Calvin Klein has signed Bad Bunny on as a new brand ambassador. The designer's latest underwear campaign has generated around $8 million in media impact value. Let me repeat that.
Wow.
Media impact value in less than 48 hours. The campaign features the Puerto Rican singer wearing Calvin Klein's new stretch underwear. Bad Bunny joins the likes of Jeremy Allen White, Justin Bieber, Jeremy Pope, and of course Mark Wahlberg as part of the Calvin Klein A-list.
All right, guys, did you ever do this where you pull out the pockets of your jeans and go, hey, kiss the bunny? Everything. That's all I think about.
No, that's,
I didn't know that
No,
was a thing.
all right. That's
Must have been an
I'm gonna
80s
do
thing.
that now.
You've never done okay.
No,
do
I'm
it,
gonna do
James.
it.
Is this your
I'm
third
gonna
trip
pull-
to HR this
No,
week?
I got too much stuff in my pockets.
Okay, but you pull it out and like the pocket.
Never, I have
I've
never,
heard
ever,
that before.
Yeah, thank you.
ever
Thank you.
heard this.
I think it's fun. That's the first thing I thought of was but the underwear.
Wow.
Pull out the pocket.
That's a very bad bunny if you
I
do
get to
that.
say that now.
You know what? We'll do it for social media. How about we do that? Remind me. I'll post it.
I like media impact value. 'Cause
Yeah.
Really, it is like, so you're not saying you've sold that much, but you're just estimating.
Impact of it. And
2 pair of jeans.
hopefully my posts with my Bad Bunny.
Your Bad Bunny has a lot of
Kiss
media
that bunny.
impact
Let's hope so,
value.
yes.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time. And if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash, the streaming show The Chosen, hitting the big screen. I was able to sit down and chat with the show's star and creator.
By what authority are you doing these things? My own.
Jonathan, your depiction of Jesus is so real to me. What did you want to bring to the role of the most important person in history, in my opinion?
Reading the scripts, knowing that this was an effort to humanize all of the characters in the story, a certain amount of my own personal humanity that I felt the freedom to be able to bring to it. But then also being very, very conscious as a man of faith myself that I had to balance that with his divinity. So in the day-to-day, in the interpersonal relationships with the disciples, in the banter between Jesus and his apostles, I always try to look for moments where I can bring in the divinity because the humanity is written for me.
Listen carefully, because I'm going to tell you what is about to happen.
When you put this together, I mean, did you think, okay, I have to have something that is for the masses?
Oh no, I'm not concentrating on any audience. Something that I think has allowed me to tell this story faithfully and hopefully well is that when I'm sitting on my couch with my laptop writing these scenes, I'm not thinking about the audience. It's hard enough just to be faithful to this story, to honor God, to honor the stories, to honor the humanity of these people. So what I'm trying to do more than anything else is taking down from stained glass windows and from paintings and from statues and from religiosity and from something that feels like a church presentation to find the humanity and the authenticity of these people who really were human beings 2,000 years ago. And that's why I think it has translated to people of all backgrounds.
The Last Supper, this is the most important week in history, if you think about it. So there's still some levity on
We're
set.
taking a big moment and a big week and trying to actually make it smaller. That's also true on the set. You walk on our set, and yes, even so, sometimes we're in this huge set, and there's big cameras, and there's hundreds and hundreds of people. You'll find it doesn't actually feel much different than it did in season 1.
Oh, that's good.
It's a group of artists coming together and trying to tell a human story. And if in between takes, if we're not having fun and enjoying each other, can you imagine trying to film 60, 70 days of intensity and weight and seriousness? I don't think it'd be sustainable.
You're telling me you don't already know what's in my head?
That's a conversation for another time. For now,
I'm the only one among us who is married.
so you think I should have only called single people?
Of course not. And I'm glad you didn't, but Eden will be alone with her Ima.
You're scared that things could get worse and you wouldn't be there.
See? That's what I mean. You already know anyway.
Simon, everyone here knows what you're thinking most of the time. It does not take God's wisdom.
I think the biggest thing for me, and maybe other people, they look, I want to hug you. I know that's weird, man.
No, I get that a lot.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So that's normal, right?
Yeah.
And then I sit down and I see your cool rings, your skull rings. I have so many.
Yeah, you got some.
I'm relating to you
Yeah.
as an actor, but I can relate to Jesus because your dedication to it. So thank you for that. And this is such a big season that, I mean, look, I read the book. I know what happened, but even still, Jonathan, you do a fantastic job. So thank you for your dedication to that. You're having fun though, right?
I'm having a blast.
All right.
Best job in the world, and it'll be sad when it's done.
The hour is coming.
God is the ruler, yeah.
Such a great guy. Parts 1 and 2 of The Chosen, Last Supper's in theaters now. Head to chosen.tv to find out more about showtimes and where you can stream previous seasons.
Shake off the winter blues and welcome spring with fresh ideas for your tech life at home. Digital lifestyle expert Mario Armstrong is here to help you revitalize your digital life. Hey, Mario.
Hey there, and thanks so much for having me on the Daily Flash. And yes, I partnered with some great brands to give your tech a little spring makeover. So let's start with a refresh for the home. The Anker Solix F3800 Plus. This is a game changer for home backup power because it charges faster with solar and now works with gas generators to keep your home running during long outages. With enough power, by the way, to run big appliances like fridges, air conditioners, washers, it's perfect for blackouts or emergencies. Plus, you can expand the battery to power your home for days, so you'll have no more worrying when the lights go out. It's Fraud Prevention Month, and your World or World Elite MasterCard is working to keep you safe. Now, cardholders get complimentary ID theft protection, which monitors your credit and alerts you to any suspicious activity in real time. Plus, when you shop with MasterCard, zero liability protection ensures that you won't be responsible for fraudulent purchases, whether that's done in-store, online, or by phone. It's all about giving you peace of mind, knowing that your card has you covered. This is the best printer upgrade, the Epson EcoTank ET3850. It's fast, it's affordable, and it's easy to use printer for really busy families and home offices. I have an EcoTank. I love that they use high-capacity ink tanks, not small cartridges. So when this comes to you, it comes with a ridiculous amount of ink in the box, by the way, and you can print colorful pages stress-free. Plus, it has wireless, auto two-sided printing, a built-in scanner, copier, auto document feeder. It's perfect for home and work. Time for a health reset? I got you covered. The Amazfit Active 2 smartwatch is designed for fashion-conscious, health-focused people who value style and functionality, and it delivers. You get up to 10 days of battery life, precise heart rate and sleep tracking, 160-plus workout modes, including high rocks race and strength training, and the Zep app, it gives you deep health insights. Plus, you can log your food with the camera to track meals, and with offline maps and GPS navigation, it literally keeps you on track. Upgrade your laptop with the Asus ZenBook Duo. This is a game changer for multitaskers. Look at this. I love that you can stick with the classic laptop mode or expand your workspace with dual screen mode or use sharing mode for easy collaboration. And at just over 3.5 pounds, it's thin, portable, comes with that detachable Bluetooth keyboard, built-in kickstand so you can set this up anywhere, and it's got all-day battery life with up to 13.5 hours of video playback, which is perfect for work or for fun. You'll enjoy that for sure. For more information about everything I talked about, just head over to our website, inthenews.tv.
Well, the Testicular Cancer Society just flipped the script, introducing the first ever amateur anti-doping test kit that trades drug tests for life-saving cancer checks. Here's more.
I found out I had testicular cancer through an anti-doping test because I was a pro, but the amateur anti-doping test ensures you don't need to be a pro to get that same protection.
What makes the amateur anti-doping test so brilliant is its simplicity. A test once designed for professional athletes is now accessible to the other 99%, the amateur athletes. The amateur athlete removes the collection cup from the testing kit, writes their details on the label, and provides a urine sample. After sealing the kit, they send it to the lab for analysis. While awaiting results, they're advised to master the self-check steps, turning the doctor-recommended screening approach into a routine habit.
Check your testicles at least once a month.
Check one testicle at a time.
The thing I love most about the amateur anti-doping test is that it's not just about screening, but it also teaches guys to be aware and self-check. That's the way I found out I had cancer, and it's the safest way to protect yourself.
My name is David. I'm a teacher. My name is Nicolau. I work in a restaurant.
My name is Aston Wiley. I'm a professional musician. So this can check for testicular cancer.
The irony of the amateur anti-doping test is poetic. A test that no pro athlete wants now has athletes at all levels clamoring to take it.
I mean, this is so amazing to give amateur footballers the opportunity to feel like a pro and to also get checked so easily.
Pro athletes like me have been getting this health screening by accident. The beauty of the amateur anti-doping test lies in letting amateur leagues add it as a voluntary purchase during athlete registration, so they can choose to feel like pros.
An anti-doping test unexpectedly saved me, and the amateur anti-doping test opens this lifeline to millions, because early detection is key.
All it is, like to check for cancer. I guess I'm a pro now.
Spring is the perfect time to bring that fresh energy back into your home. Lifestyle expert Chassie Post is here to help us level up our spring cleaning game. Hey, Chassie.
Hi, thanks so much for having me on the Daily Flash. I partnered with a couple of brands that will definitely up your spring cleaning game.
Okay, I think we all hate cleaning the bathroom, the tiles, the grout. What is your advice?
Well, if spring cleaning your bathroom has you down, these two products from the Zep Home Pro line will put a spring in your step. Their foaming miracle grout cleaner and protectant not only cleans your floor, shower tile, and grout, it also deposits an invisible barrier that helps prevent future stains, keeping grout cleaner for longer. Genius, right? And for those icky bathroom surfaces, their multi-purpose foaming bathroom cleaner cuts through soap scum and hard water. No scrubbing necessary. Both of these products are professional strength, but with spa-like scents, making cleaning your home feel less like a chore. You can find Zep Home Pro at Walmart.com, Target.com, and select Kroger stores.
That sounds pretty good. Okay, what about new innovative tools to help clean our home?
Yeah, well, having the right tools will be a game changer if you want a fresh and spotless home. But dragging around a clunky old vacuum? No thanks. I am loving the Dreamy R10 Pure Cordless Stick Vacuum. It's sleek, powerful, and under $200. It's got insane suction power, a battery that runs up to an hour, and a multi-surface brush with LED lights to catch every last dust bunny. Plus, versatile attachments like a wide combo tool and crevice tool so you can tackle floors, furniture, and those tricky corners with ease. If you want a deep clean with zero hassle this season, the Dreamy R10 Pure is on sale right now at Amazon.
I'm going to add that one to my list, too. Chastity, where can we go for more information?
Yeah, for details on everything, just visit inthenews.tv. Happy spring!
Chastity, thank you. We'll also have this on our website, dailyflashshow.com. The Final Four could be the final straw for some couples. A sports book offered a college basketball championship prenup agreement to keep relationships from going out of bounds. The Hoops in Harmony contract gave couples a way to choose a certain number of games to watch during this year's tournament. Each person had to agree to coordinate viewing schedules and prioritize household chores. 26% of those polled agreed they felt neglected by their partner during the annual college basketball tourney. I love March Madness.
That's why you're a cool kid. But I think, maybe this is funny. It's obviously fun. But if you know what, that's a great way where, like, if you're trying to really get into your mate's kind of world and interest, so just fill out a bracket. Hey, before we head into the weekend, we always like to give you our picks for streaming for the weekend. This is where we tell you about something you got to check out on your streaming services. AJ, what's your pick?
Okay, I'm on a true crime binge right now. My pick for the weekend is the true crime documentary, A Body in the Snow, The Trial of Karen Reed.
Karen Reed is accused of hitting John O'Keefe with her SUV and leaving him to die in the snow.
Their relationship was not a happy one.
Not a single witness actually saw this happen.
There's a whole other side of the story.
This is funny, Ms. Reed.
They've got her guilty already.
So many twists and turns to this. There's alleged police corruption. It ended in a hung jury. She is back on trial for the second time this month.
I'm so interested in this. I'm definitely checking that out. Well, my pick this week is seeing Rick Moranis show us some of his best relics from one of my favorite films, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, on Cinema Relics on YouTube.
So, as an actor, how much help do you get from the props around you?
You wouldn't be able to do it without it. You have to have all the tools that you need. Costumes, props, helmets to build a character, absolutely critical.
It's great seeing Rick Moranis kind of start to get back out into the public lifestyle because of his whole story is he basically became a home dad because his wife passed away. So he decided to give up acting, stay home, but he's starting to get more back out there because his kids are older.
And he didn't shrink them.
No, he didn't shrink them or blow them up.
Right. All right, she's my favorite actress. It's the weirdest, coolest movie I have seen in a while, and I just discovered it, so I'm testing you. It's called Poor Things.
This is Bella. Bella, this is Mr. McCandles.
Hello, Bella.
It is so weird. It is so awesome. Yes, that's how far behind I am. Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe, and Mark Ruffalo star a young woman brought back to life via a brain transplant by an unorthodox scientist. Do not watch this with your kids.
No. Or
all.
your parents.
Or your parents.
Just watch it by yourself.
Or if you're afraid when like women's health products come on TV and you get embarrassed, do not watch this. I love Emma Stone so much. I love her even more. It is the weirdest movie at all, but I appreciate the fact it's something different. I think if you go in there that way, you'll do that.
She won an Oscar for this, if I remember correctly.
What I love is the disclaimer. I don't know if it was in the movie, but it says, this movie depicts smoking. And that is the last thing. Why it did that disclaimer. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.